I've had a lot of agents to ask me, when's the best time to introduce a hospital indemnity plan in a Medicare Advantage appointment? And so today I wanted to take just a few moments with you to show you how I do it. I'm not saying that my way is the best way, but I have found it to be successful for me. And I find that the best time to introduce the hospital indemnity product is right at the beginning of the appointment. Because if you wait until after the Medicare Advantage appointment is finalized and they've selected a Medicare Advantage plan and you filled out the paperwork, then try to introduce the hospital indemnity plan, many people have already shut down for the day. They've already made their decision and they feel like you're just trying to throw something else at them. And so what I like to do is plant seeds, so to speak. So when I sit down with someone, I sit down and I open the booklet and start talking about Medicare Advantage. And we obviously are going to talk about the carrier, and it really won't matter the carrier so much as it does the hospital expenses, because that's the big concern for a lot of the individuals we're going to meet with, is covering the daily hospital copayment. And one of the other big risks that our members will assume in a Medicare Advantage plan is cancer. Now, not everyone's going to be eligible for the cancer rider. I understand that. But if they are, it is something that we as agents should seriously take a look at covering for that individual. And with hospital indemnity plans, the premiums are very affordable. So if you're looking at a low to no premium Medicare Advantage plan, it just makes sense to give an extra layer of protection, because as an agent, our duty is to help them with their health care expenses and minimize risk. So when I'm talking to individuals about their hospital daily copayment, I'll look at the brochure with them, and we'll look at the summary of benefits. And as you probably know, Medicare will allow you to highlight in the booklet with a yellow highlighter. Only yellow. We can't write in their pre-enrollment kits. So I always take a yellow highlighter with me. And as I discuss the daily copayment, I will indicate that the copayment, for example, on this particular plan today we're looking at, is $345 per day for days 1 through 5. I'll explain to the applicant, if that's a worrisome to you, don't let it bother you, because we offer an additional plan that can help eliminate those daily hospital copayments for you. And we'll talk about that a little later on. Then I'll continue on in the presentation and we'll talk about the skilled nursing copayments, which in most plans are 0 days 1 through 20, and then there'll be a copayment for days 21 through 100 until they reach their MOOP, or their maximum out of pocket. I'll also explain to them that these hospital indemnity plans can also cover that skilled nursing care expense if there's a concern there. Because what you're going to find is that a lot of our members either have had family members or friends who have gone to skilled nursing care. So they realize that there's some potential risk there, and it just gives us the ability to help protect against that as well. Also, outpatient surgery. I highlight that because with hospital indemnity plans, we're also able to help protect against the cost of outpatient surgery. And with more and more things being done on an outpatient basis, with modern medicine improving, our clients are going to see more outpatient surgeries. So we can protect against that as well with the additional policy. Then as we scroll down, we look at diagnostic, MRIs, CAT scans. Most all Medicare Advantage plans are going to cover that at 80%, leaving 20% coinsurance for our insureds. There are now hospital indemnity plans that will help cover that 20%. So if that's a concern for those individuals, we now have plans that can eliminate that cost. Then going further, if we look at the ambulance, most all plans now have an ambulance copayment. With these hospital indemnity plans, we can actually cover the expense of the ambulance. And the cost of the ambulance rider is very affordable. It's usually somewhere in the neighborhood of about $4 per month. So it's not a lot to add that rider on, and it just gives them protection if they do need an ambulance down the road, that they'll have that covered. Also, if you're talking about 20% coinsurance for chemotherapy, radiation, cancer treatments, we see that cancer is becoming more and more prevalent. And now women have just about caught up with the men, and it's about 1 in 2 that will deal with cancer in their lifetime. So with a Medicare Advantage plan, if someone gets cancer and goes through chemotherapy, radiation treatments, we're seeing that those individuals are at a big risk of reaching their MOOP, their maximum out of pocket for the year. With the hospital indemnity plans now, you can add a cancer rider on that will eliminate the risk that they assume, because you can cover $5,000 or $10,000 worth of expenses if they develop cancer, which will allow the consumer to take that $5,000, put it in the bank, then use that money to make their co-payments or their co-insurance until they reach their maximum out of pocket. It really alleviates a lot of the pressures and concerns that they may have if they develop cancer, because during that time, you want them to be able to focus on getting better, not focus on how am I going to pay the bills. So the hospital indemnity plans, you can cover a lot of the risk that our clients assume by going into the Advantage plan and protect them for very little money. And if we plant the seeds throughout the presentation, once we've finished our presentation, we can then say, now that we have settled up on your Medicare Advantage plan, I'd like to take a closer look at that plan that I was explaining to you that would cover and fill some of the potential risk that you have by being in the Medicare Advantage plan. Then you can open up your laptop and help them to customize a hospital indemnity plan that will go along with their Medicare Advantage, that will give them an extra layer of protection and will just make it more solid for them and give them greater peace of mind. So if you're not planting seeds throughout the Medicare Advantage appointment, give that a try and see if your sales don't increase, see if it does not create a greater customer loyalty, and see if it doesn't give you an overall better satisfaction as an agent, knowing that you really did help minimize risk in that appointment. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. We love the opportunity to work with you here at Tidewater Management Group. If you have any questions or anything that we can help you with, feel free to give us a call.